Hello, I'm FPX Toycat, and so last week we checked out Minecraft's most expensive map. It cost us $19 to download Modern House, and that, in case you're curious, is literally just a house that was built to modern standards and which has a modded car and a couple of modded jet skis out the back. Those things aren't so interesting or functional by themselves. It also has some furniture, and that basically justifies the $19 price tag, right? I mean, I really don't understand how this made it past Minecraft's quality standards. If you don't know, not anyone can post things on the Minecraft marketplace. You have to get it approved by Microsoft. They have to sign a contract. They have to take a certain percent of the money. There's a lot of things that go on with the marketplace, and therefore I figured, let's check the high to low. Let's see what other things are expensive on the marketplace. And little would you know it, the fifth most expensive thing you can buy after these four things right here is Modern House 2 by Voxelblocks. Somehow they got a sequel through the marketplace curation team as well, and this gets me super curious. If they're charging less for this map, if it's a sequel, have they fixed the problems of the first one? Have they made this worthwhile? I mean, we're obviously not going to buy it to find out, because that'd be a good waste of our £6.69, which at current exchange rates is over $8. So we're not going to be doing. Okay, we've done it again, haven't we? Oh no, it happened. We bought it again. We spent over $8 on a Minecraft map, let alone this Minecraft map. But I mean, sure, it's the sequel. The person took the feedback from the original map, and I'm sure what they did is they decided to work on it and make it a much better piece of value. I mean, this second modern house is much better than the first one, right? It's got 8 custom furniture pieces, a sports car, a brand new, by the way, car. It's got a TV and furniture, although the TV is probably counted in the furniture. There's lots of good things about this, pack today that we're going to be finding out about. Because, I mean, they think this map is worthwhile to be the 5th most expensive thing of over 1,000 pieces of content, some of which took months to make on the store, so, clearly it's going to be great. They even have a chest here at spawn, just containing all the stuff if you want to take it. Let's go look at Modern House 2. I am excited to see this beyond all belief. The things they must have done, and the things, Microsoft has to approve these maps too, so the things that, they must have, seen to be able to just justify such a great price tag, it's going to be great, I think, especially when you see how nice these sports cars are. I mean, it definitely doesn't look exactly like the old sports car. It looks like something brand new. And you know what? Sure, there's 2 of the exact same car with the exact same model, but they gave us the decency of reversing one, so that's really different. Here in my garage, you can see my car, but do you know what I like more than cars? Knowledge. Is the map creator memeing inside this very expensive map? I think that's what's happening. You know what? I can't hate that. I can't hate that too much. Also, the parrot just moved the chair. That's why having chairs be an entity is a questionable idea. But as you can see, it's a nice sofa. Again, not my definition of the word sofa, but it's nice enough. I mean, who doesn't want to play games and watch TV in their garage? By the way, the TV doesn't do anything, it just exists. But who doesn't want to stare blankly at a monitor from their sofa in the garage? This is easily one of the $8 reclaimed already. This is high quality value. The birds just knocked it off. This is why you don't spawn birds in if the birds move the other entities. I'm just saying. Bad idea. Anyway, let's head into the main house. I'm really excited for this map. Again, they took the first map. They clearly must have taken some feedback on board from people who thought they're like, wait, isn't this a lot of money to pay for it? And they've clearly upped that with this much bigger house. Actually, wait, is the house smaller? It might genuinely be smaller. But inside the house, you can see it's going to be very different, I imagine, because look at this. It's a different layout, much more cozy, I would say, than the old one. It's much less like Tech Billionaire and much more like, oh, they even use updated aquatic features. Look at this. You can swim up and down if you want to go down a floor. I mean, this isn't what a modern house looks like. No one has water elevators in their normal house, but I mean, I guess I admire the effort because it's a free floor house. And you know what? They weren't lying when they said big TV. This is a huge TV right here, as you can see. It's absolutely giant, and, although it breaks with one punch, that's true for most flat screen TVs, so can't even be too mad about that. Yeah, you can see how it's a weird mishmash of, like, vanilla textures with a texture pack that's only applied to some textures, with also this kind of, like, weird resource packs that adds in, like, again, sofas, which are some form of mob that you can punch and kill if you want to, with TVs, which are the same. Even this bookcase is in the exact same boat, so make sure you don't punch any of the furniture, including this lamp, which definitely did come from the last pack, but I'm not mad about that. And, oh man, the map creator even decided to set the daylight cycle to be super late in the day, so you spawn and it's almost nighttime. Again, worst bit about a Minecraft world is when you don't have time to get settled in before night falls. And in this one, yep, you gotta get straight to sleep in your new house. So, is this the only bedroom? There's gotta be more. I mean, it's a modern house. Modern houses have modern numbers of bedrooms, right? I mean, there's a little cake room up here. I think this is cute. It's even got a little dog. I mean, again, very modern house, you could say. Also, in every single room, there are parrots moving the furniture around. Like, if you're gonna have such a janky solution to furniture, at least have one of the biggest flaws in it, you know, like animals not being able to interact with it properly. At least try and have that, like, be hidden in some way. Whereas in this case, it just spawns you in a jungle where there are lots of parrots, which like to move your furniture around. So you can see how the living room's been messed up as a result too. Like, the one cool benefit of having all this furniture is immediately ruined by that. Also there's only one bedroom, so let's go find it before nightfall. I mean, if nothing else, you get a really cool view through these custom textured stained glass panes at a village which is near your house, so that's kind of cool. Let's go to sleep in this nice little bed, shall we? And let's take a peek at the rest of this map, which again, I'm very excited to see, because when you charge $8 for something, you think about the value you're providing on a frequent basis, I'm sure. I mean, I personally, if I was choosing such a high price point for anything, I would definitely be, you know, considering, you know, for like hours, days even, about how to best provide value. And in this case, they've done that in a few different ways. As you can see, and it's raining. That's nice. That's great. Just after we go to sleep. I love that. But you can see how in this house they've done that in a few different ways. Not just this delightful staircase that, again, could have done in so many ways, but instead literally uses magma that will hurt you because it's not. Whatever, that's fine. Oh yeah, there's this nice little basement, which, guess what, has direct access to a mine, as well as a coffee table. What does the coffee table do? Nothing, but you can punch and kill it, which, you know, again, maybe a questionable way to implement furniture. But also, look at this. There's a mine down here, which again, they have forgotten to, for the second time in a row, give you a minecart to go down the mine. So instead, you walk down a minecart track, like the pleb that you are. Also, this mine somehow is even less effort than the last mine, because it's not even like a big, like, cave they've exposed. They're just digging through the Minecraft terrain until they find an abandoned mine shaft. And here is the minecart, by the way. They left the minecart at the bottom of the mine, which, I'm just saying, like, when you make a Minecraft map, you can consider where to leave these things. But clearly, that didn't cross their mind, you know, because they were so busy working on the other things going on down here. Because, you know, when you're trying to make value, there are places and, you know, things that you're considering. And this little abandoned mine shaft, which has actual rails going around it, is one of those things until here, where the rails stop, which defeats some of the point, doesn't it? Okay, so we're going to go back up to the surface. That's a cool little mine that you get for free, by the way. You don't even have to mine this yourself. I mean, personally, I think to myself, like, wow, I sure would love to pay $8 for someone to make me a 2x3 mine that, you know, isn't even a particularly complex one. But I think about that all the time, and I love that someone has finally taken me up on that offer. Because, yeah, you are, in effect, paying for this world, the way it's built. You're also, to an extent, paying for the texture pack, although you can only use the texture pack on this world, and for the resource pack, which allows for, again, lovely little cabinets with Xboxes, I assume that is, and books. Very, very lazy. Why are there 3 books, and why are they spaced out like that? Also, if a serial killer puts 3 books in their little cabinet and then has them spaced apart like this, who would do that and why? If you made this model from scratch yourself, Mr. Voxel Blocks or the team Voxel Blocks, I really hope this is a person and not a team. But if you did this yourself, why would you space them this way? Also, why wouldn't you have more than one variant of these if you're going to use them everywhere in the house, pretty much every room? Something I find uncomfortable about this map is how they really like the idea of furniture. So like there's a bunch of chairs you can put around a table, for instance, but like they committed to furniture only in some places. So like this table, we'll make it out of stained glass, redstone torches, and this. It's like, if you like ultra realistic furniture, this isn't going to be great for you, know? In the same way, like, oh yeah, we instead of having a real furnace stove thing, we'll just make one out of cobblestone. Of all the blocks in Minecraft, they chose the cheapest one, and it's just like, I don't fully understand why and what all of this decision making was or why. But you know, if this is just the house itself, there are many other great things this map will offer us, right? Just a quick reminder for anyone out there who makes Minecraft maps for free or for $8 to $19, when you actually make a Minecraft world, the time until the next rain is fixed, which means anyone who downloads this map will have rain within their first 5 minutes, which, again, which will also happen after you've slept the first night if you sleep it immediately, which means that, yeah, everyone has to deal with this map in the rain, which has reduced render distance, makes everything ugly, and defeats the point of a super modern, nice looking house when it's raining anyway. So just another point to take away right there in case you do know your Minecraft stuff. You'll know this is extra cringeworthy in terms of how little thought went into this. Because this is meant to be a survival map. They force you into survival. You have to like click a few options to get out. Survival is a thing. You know, survival is the intended game mode for this. That's why it's a cool survival house. And therefore, as a result, like the fact that they messed up so many key survival features makes me question if they've ever played survival at all. Or if they do, are they a sort of serial killer who likes rain, but also likes rain to come after you've spawned in for some reason. Again, it just reeks of not thinking so much and just trying to get something out there that you think might be popular with, you know, are you thinking like kids maybe? Because you're like, oh yeah, children will buy anything if you just sell it to them and say TV, furniture, etc. I don't know, maybe that's what they were thinking, maybe it's not. But yeah, I want to look around the rest of this because clearly that house wasn't the entire purchase. Clearly there are other things in this map that you can get with your value. Let's find out what those are. I mean, look, there's a parkour, for instance. This is cool. This is fun. I like this. I'm feeling the value alone. I don't think I can get there without having hunger restored. Let's try anyway. Let's just jump over, and we failed. The good news is you don't actually have to do the parkour to get to this chest, whatever this chest is meant to be, because it's a bunch of spawn. There's just a bunch of black, like it looks like a shadowy character, but you get a bunch of spawn eggs for some unknown thing. Oh. You might have assumed that they work because, again, there are lots of content review strategies in place. You know, Microsoft's taking a cut and they, you know, review all maps to make sure they meet their standards. You know, you'd assume that any self-respecting content creation team would make sure the things they want to charge, you know, again, a variety of players, some young, some old, but like people who's spending their own money, you know, which has to be earned in some way, you'd figure they'd, you know, they'd make sure it works. But you know what? That's something they can't do because they're busy working on the other parts of this map because, you know, there's so much going on right here. There is obviously that little island over there, the parkour. That's like another couple dollars by itself. There's this nice little garage, which this time I'm sure has a nice little road you can actually drive the cars on. So let's see if they've improved the car since last time. This is a sports car, and as you can see, it's very realistic. It goes brum brum, and they do in fact have a really nice plains biome. It's not great, but you can drive it up here. Oh, look at this, guys. They have proven their worth by customizing this desert well to use stone slabs instead of sandstone slabs. That was a big effort from them. You know, I thought this was just default Minecraft vanilla terrain that they just, you know, lazily included as their map and tried to pretend like they built. But no, they customized that sand well. And if we go to this village, I'm sure you'll find, okay, sad for the car. I'm sure you'll find it's customized as well. Yeah, look how crazy they are. They replaced all the slabs in this village as well with stone slabs, red sandstone, some dark prismarine. It looks beautiful. I mean, I would love to pay this, you know, the designer, the artists behind this beauty to make me things, because look at these houses. Look at the pure inspiration and time and dedication that went into every one of these buildings. Like, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not very good at designing things. What I do is I replace the blocks in things, but I also don't charge people for that service. And it seems as though that is a thing that's happened here. Also, all the villagers are gone. So this is a brand new Minecraft village with just all the villagers removed and with even the chests are cleared out. It's just a village that's empty with a few blocks replaced. So, I mean, at least they did something, you could argue. Anyway, as you can see, this is a really nice village. There's just a bell minus the bell. Just the bell. How did they even get this in Bedrock? I don't actually know. Anyway, but you can see, looking around right here, that this is an absolutely delightful village of all sorts. You know, just, it's great. It's worth the money, and it's a nice little detail you get that you can drive to if you want. Although looking to the north a bit, you can see how the terrain around here, you know, in most of the case, it's just a desert. It's pretty standard. But you can see how over there, they've copy-pasted some form of chunk over here. So there's just a huge random slab of stone chilling in the desert for reasons I'm not too sure. Hey, a wandering trader. Always here, regardless of the situation, right? But yeah, so they've copy-pasted some chunks in some wrong places. Left them there for you. I mean, again, it's art, really, if you think about it. Some would say lazy map design, because of the random chunk boundaries all around here and the single villager house just chilling by itself over there. So I guess they copy-pasted the village from there over to where it was when we found it. So, you know, that's nice. They made a village be closer to spawn. They didn't just take the terrain that they were given. They also moved it around a bit. That's real nice of them. You know, when was the last time you moved an entire village by hand in creative and then sold it for $8 in the Minecraft store? Oh yeah, you haven't, have you? One of the cool things about this map, though, is it's not just that village you get, it's this village right at the spawn. And we're going to take the car over there because, you know, our last car might have died, because that's what happens to cars. They die, they have a health point meter, which when it goes down, they go away too. Again, the physics on this car are they're impressive. It shows the commitment and hard work that has gone into this. I mean, this is how cars move all the time, I think you'll find. They can strafe left to right pretty easily. But anyway, you can see how this village right... Damn it, you know what, there's both our cars gone. So there goes that setting point of the map. But anyway, you can see how, like, oh yeah, it's a village next to spawn. Where are all the villagers? Again, for some reason they're dead. I think this is an artifact of converting from the Java edition to the Bedrock edition, is that like all the mobs go away, you have to respawn them. So they didn't respawn any of them. They even left the door open from where a villager opened and never came home, which is tragically sad. And yeah, this is just a Minecraft village with a few slabs placed on top of it to be like, oh yeah, we basically built this ourselves. Sure, there's no villagers, so if you're playing in survival like we want you to, it's basically a functionless structure. Again, I cannot find a single villager anywhere around here. And also, we replaced the bells with non-functional versions. But besides that, this is great. Okay, I need to hop in creative now because there's no more cars. Is this really the extent of the map? Is it literally village at spawn, village not too far away from spawn, 2 buildings, and a little parkour course? Is that the most... Do they feel like, you know, what's a fair price for this? Like, you know, $1? No. 2? Oh, too low. 5? Oh, you know, how do you expect us to pay the costs that went into making such a delightful set of stuff? No, friend. 8 is the correct price point for this one. That seems to be the thinking here for literally this. And you know what, just because I'm kind of curious, you know, I know about the map making process. It's something I feel like, you know, map making and charging for it isn't an inherently evil thing. A lot of Minecraft people do think it is, and I guess I kind of see that. Also, what is this? This is a desert temple in the wall because there's more terrain which is just colliding at walls in weird places, including leaving this exposed. But yeah, so I feel like, you know what, I'm curious. I know about the map making procedure. I don't think that it's inherently an evil process. You can see where they've been using TNT to blow it up and then got lazy halfway through and figured, we'll just ship it. They literally were blowing up the mountain with TNT and gave up and left the dirt and stone, etc. here for people to find. First of all, you know, like, you know, you're charging $8 and you figured, you know what, half an exploded mountain's good enough for me. Second of all, Minecraft. There is a curation process in place. Again, I've been having a huge difficulty, you know, like a lot of people have been asking, like for a lot of things like, oh, put map on the store. I'm having huge difficulties in that. Anyone who's ever tried to become a marketplace creator has probably been denied, even if you have the best ideas, the best content. So how is this getting through, and how is this not being picked up as a lazy thing that needs to be fixed? Because again, it is clearly that. It is a mountain which they half exploded, then got bored with, and decided to just ship anyway. But yeah, so because I'm a curious person, I know about the process, and I don't feel like it's inherently evil to make money from a Minecraft map. Again, everyone is a willing buyer and a willing seller, except in this case, I mean, they're not. There's no refund process. That's on Minecraft. And also, there should be like some form of quality standard to uphold if you want to do this. I mean, this map where they've just lazily cut out chunks. This doesn't even make sense. This is the weirdest terrain. I mean, if you're arguing this is a survival spawn you're paying $8 for, you know, etc., like it's just such a good map that it's worth the money, then why is this a thing right here? This is not something anyone wants. No one wants jaggedy, removed chunks that have just gone missing all over the place. But yeah, I am at least mildly curious about this map, so I'm going to load up the same seed and I'm going to see how much of a change they actually have made to it. And so here is the comparison. This is the map that, you know, they charged for. Here is the, you know, the default kind of world. You can see they actually have filled in a fair few holes. I mean, let's not give them no credit where credit's due. They did manage to take these holes right here, and they were like, you know what if instead we covered them up? That's real nice of them, I think. Although actually this particular hole is one they didn't decide to cover up. But they covered up a lot of them, except these ones as well. You know, most of these holes, some of these holes are covered up, and that's cool of them. You can also see here is the original desert village that is found near the house. Again, I mean, it's pretty nice, But does it have any dark prismarine though? I think you'll find it doesn't until they changed it for the map. Yeah, look how much nicer this village is now that it's been redonified. I mean, there's no villagers in it to trade with, which is arguably one of the lifelines of it, but it has dark prismarine and red sandstone in there. How long does that take? Days, weeks, I tell you, of a huge team working together to get it done. And I'm glad that happened as a part of this. So, yeah, this is a pretty weak map in conclusion. Maybe that goes without saying. Maybe it doesn't. It's got a few nice things going for it. I mean, there's like some jungle terrain here that's real nice. I mean, there's like a little beach that you can live on. We haven't mentioned yet. I mean, have I mentioned there's a beach? Have I changed your mind of this beach? It's a really nice beach. And, you know, it's got sand. It's got these little wooden structures on there. It's got rain somehow again. And, you know, this is really nice. But in overall, this is a really questionable Minecraft map. The entire point of the Minecraft marketplace is that some things take weeks or months or, you know, a decent amount of time from an actual production studio who needs to be paid, and allowing people to make a living is a great way for Microsoft to help out with the creator community while making a little bit of a, you know, percentage of that profit themselves. However, here's the deal. This map cost me $8. I wouldn't know how good it was until I checked it out. I had a suspicion that it might not have been so great, but I went in with an open mind. But here's the thing. I don't like this map. I think this was a ripoff. I don't want them to have my money, and I don't want to have this map. I'd like a refund. In other words, something you can do in the modern world, except Minecraft, you know, even like on digital stores, except Minecraft disagrees with that. No, you cannot refund this map, even if you want to. Minecraft is keeping their cut, which is about 30 to 40%, if you're curious. Minecraft is keeping their 30 to 40%, so $3-ish of that money. The platform holder, in this case Xbox, which is also Microsoft, keeps 30% as well, because that's just every transaction made in their platform, they keep 30% off. So another $3-ish. And the creators keep the other, you know, remaining $2 to $3 of the money as well. That is a crazy thing that, like, I cannot refund that money. Microsoft has gotten richer because of this thing which they allowed through the store, which I do not want to have purchased anymore. And sure, you know, as a YouTuber, I could probably contact someone at Microsoft, be like, hey, this is real bad, this is thing. But this series is meant to be about the average consumer. This is meant to be about helping you make informed purchases to support things that you want to, that take effort and time, and which actually push Minecraft forwards as a game, and not things that someone made in an afternoon, if that. I mean, if this took a full afternoon, I'd be pretty depressed with the, you know, with the output of a team, honestly, because it is a team that had to make this. I'd be pretty depressed if this took them, you know, an entire afternoon to make the build-off. You know, if this mountain was the, you know, the extent of, you know, if they didn't have even a full day and this is what they did, I would be pretty depressed with the workflow of this team. And, you know, that's my message to you as a team. Like, you know, if you're going to make lazy stuff, at least be more efficient at making it, clearly. But, you know, there's just so many things that are poorly put together in this map, and these devalue the entire Minecraft store as a whole. Allowing these maps to get through, either Microsoft can say, hey, we'll allow anyone to sell anything, and that's a fine position to take, because then anyone can try to sell anything, and the best things can rise to the top, or you can say, we're going to curate and allow the best things on the store. Right now, what they've saying is like, oh yeah, only good things, and also Modern House 2, which I don't understand, because there was already a Modern House 1, it already sucked, it was already overpriced, and they figured, oh, yeah, a sequel, that's what people would love. Instead of focusing on will people pay us money for it, focus on is this a thing which pushes forwards the goal for the marketplace of allowing people to make better things, and if it doesn't, should it bear out in the marketplace? I think the answer is no. I'd love to hear your opinions though in the comments down below, because maybe you disagree, maybe you think that, you know, the ability for something bad like this to exist is actually pretty great because it reminds you of how good the good things are. I think though $8 is a lot of money to just be gone in the aether, and in exchange I get this. Look at this. I mean, the birds have literally rearranged in just the course of this video everything in the house. And in exchange, all we got was this lousy meme about garages and what I'm just saying. What even is this? Like, why even is this? What I'm saying right here is that this is a questionable map. I disagree with its creation, and I just pray there's no Modern House 3. I just pray. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been Store Saturday. It's a series I run to help people make more informed purchases because there is no refund process. There is no way of knowing if something's going to be worth your thing. And if you want to support creators, then you need to have some way of knowing what's going to be worth purchasing, what's not. And maps like, like with maps like this, the answer in my opinion is no. But if you decide you want to pick it up anyway, sure, you can. It's on the Minecraft store. That's the great thing about video reviews, something which Minecraft doesn't have built in by default, but something which I think is much more useful than 1,000 people rated it 4.5 stars, which by the way, actually, can we address another little sham that's a whole part of this process? This is a little bit of a side rant, but Minecraft Marketplace is actively misleading people with the rating system. It'll be like, oh yeah, this map has a 4.1 star review from 698 people reviewing this map, which, like, I find hard to believe that 698 people bought it, because you have to buy something to be able to rate it. But, like, I find it questionable by itself. But if you then scroll down to the ratings and scroll back up, it actually shows how 0.0 stars. Most people make the buying decision up here, or at the very least, after looking at pictures, and don't scroll down to look at the review process they can't do anything about. There's no written reviews. There's no way of warning people. I can leave a 1-star review, sure, but what is that going to change? What does that actually tell anyone about the map? Especially if Minecraft has 468 or 698 fake reviews, or reviews that can't be found when you actually want to look at them, that are going to weigh that down anyway. My point is that every single one of these maps that are crazy expensive have at least a 4-star, rating review right here, which is very interesting. Besides Rescue View, which is very interesting, I would say, because like, everyone really liked this map. Statistically, everyone gave this a 5-star or a 4-star, or like, a 4.6 on average. But like, that means that most people gave it a 5-star, right? But if you look into the reviews of any single one of these maps, and then you scroll down here, you'll see how it actually looks like it's 0 ratings. So what is it? Did 1,000 people rate it and give it 4.6 stars? Or are the reviews not so real? Anyway, though, I hope you all enjoyed this. As always, going to do the YouTuber outro thing where I say, hey, have you considered subscribing? A lot of you aren't subscribed, and you can be subscribed. It's a great way to see my videos daily on your homepage, which is something I, of course, want you to do, because as a YouTuber, I live or die based on how many people watch my videos, and if you see more of them, then that's great. You can turn on notifications to see that even more, and of course, you can like this video if you want to, say that you liked it in some way, and you can dislike it as a way of saying, yeah, actually, disagree with your points, Toycat. I think this map's amazing. Although, I mean, if you think that, then, you can go to they actually do a few mental hospital evaluations for free during these trying times, so maybe a good thing to check out. But, yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, because I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.